I'm just going to walk right in front of you, I guess. Sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. I am your associate minister here, Trish Morris. David Howard is on deck. We're doing things a little different today. So he'll be joining you, leading you in the message today. And I am just welcoming you and giving you some announcements and leading you in our opening prayer. So If you're here for the first time, we especially want to welcome you, or maybe even the second or third time, getting to know our community. We know that that is not as easy as it used to be, and so thank you for your perseverance. There is information about us at the welcome desk. Be sure to check that out, and there's also a welcome form in there that tells us a little bit more about you, so we'd love for you to fill that out. And if you're joining us online, we thank you for that as well. Welcome. We know that energetically we can connect, and so wherever you are welcome here. So thank you for being with us today. Just to tell you a few things that are coming up that I want to draw your attention to. Right after the service today at 11:15 on Facebook, Natalie's lesson on foaming with zeal. I think it's safe. It's not like a rabies type foam. You can't give me this microphone. I'm guessing shaving cream. We're going to go with that. Foaming with zeal. So her lessons are amazing. If you are interested in learning more about the 12 powers, no matter your age, you should tune in at 12:15. And also, David's class on the metaphysical Bible interpretation begins. Ooh, you're excited about that.
It sounds fascinating.
It is fascinating. Yes, Lauren's excited about that. That begins on Tuesday. He's doing that in person for 5 weeks here from 6:30 to 8 p.m. So if you're interested in that, there's still time to register online on our website. And then the following Monday, I am starting a virtual book group for Broken Open. I did a series of talks on that while David was gone, and there was a lot of energy and enthusiasm around it. So we're doing that together, supporting each other in how difficult times can be an opportunity for growth. So still time to sign up for that on our website as well, and that begins on the 18th. And our prayer partner ministry is an important foundational ministry in unity in general. Prayer is so important and so foundational. And our prayer partner program here is an opportunity for you to grow your own prayer practice as you support this community in prayer. So some of you are getting monthly calls if you've elected to do so from your prayer partner to just support you in prayer. And so our training is coming up for that on October 23rd from 9 to 4. So if you have any interest in perhaps joining that team or even learning more about our method of prayer, you're encouraged to sign up for that. You can take the training and decide afterward if you want to actually become an active prayer partner that makes those calls. So everyone's invited to consider that, and that will be again on Saturday, October 23rd, and you can sign up for it on our website. Quick, you're quick. Anything else? Oh gosh, I was supposed to call Megan down. Well, I missed that, Mark. So Megan Skull, who had an experience with Mark Ehrlich's about 6 years ago. Mark Ehrlich does intuitive healing work. He did a healing circle here about 6 years ago that then started an active monthly healing circle. And Megan was at that, and it got Megan back to unity. And then during the pandemic, Mark also offered a virtual workshop on developing your own intuitive healing capacity, which we all have. We just don't always tune into it or trust it or know it. And so she wanted me to tell what she would have told you today is if you have any hesitancy for the fact that he is doing these two things virtually, she was pleasantly surprised because she did as well. Thought, how can we really do this virtually? But she was sort of blown away by what she learned, even though it was virtual. So all that is to say, Mark will be doing his healing circle on October 29th, his healing workshop, where you can learn more about how to hone that skill yourself, on the 30th. They will be virtual, but they're endorsed well, even though they're virtual. And we'd love for you to sign up, because what happened last time is we only had 2 people and we canceled it, and then like 5 people said, oh, I was coming. So we need to know that if you're interested, please register on our website. Thank you so much for that. Trunk or treat, one of the favorites, is coming up. Halloween is on Sunday this year. And let's show our kids a good time, right? They may or may not be able to trick or treat. I don't know how it's going to go. So we ask you to sign up to decorate your trunk, and we'll be out in the parking lot, and the kids come through and you give them little treats, and it's sort of a fun way to do trick or treating during the day. So that is on October 31st. If you can sign up, there she is. I totally missed you, and I said everything you would have said. Okay. She lives and breathes. I just forgot to text her. So please sign up. There's an actual physical sign up out in the lobby for those of you interested in signing and decorating a trunk. We would love. And we need volunteers. You see, she's got more information than you even realized. Volunteers for a trunk or treat? Yes, so our Uniteens are supporting that. Our Uniteen group is small but mighty, so they can use some helping hands. If you're interested, please consider helping. It's a fun event. So thank you for listening to all that. I hope that some of those things speak to you and you will sign up for them. Now I'm going to ring the singing bowl. It's a little weird that I'm standing in front of you, David. I'm sorry. So just take a minute. I know I've been talking at you just to feel your body in your seat. I'll ring this singing bowl as it resonates with our heart chakra, just opening up that space in our heart as we settle into the morning here.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Of love is in this place.
And so we just take time now to relax into that presence, that power of love that is present wherever you are, as you connect with the truth of your being, that you are an expression of divine love right here, right now. So we just breathe into that truth, relax our physical bodies, and invite the busyness of our mind to slow down. So we just connect with that higher truth that lives and breathes us. And as we connect to that truth, we can feel supported, feel guided, and feel assured that at the level of our soul, all is well. And we sink into that space, bringing anything that may be troubling us, concerning us, into that space where we know perfect love casts out all fear. And we feel the truth of divine love working in and through and as us. And we bring into this space, into this place of divine love, anyone in our hearts or on our minds that may be struggling in any way with any challenge, physically, emotionally, financially. We hold them in this space as well, that they, at the soul level, are complete and whole, abundant and free. And may they feel the strength of that, no matter what is outpicturing in their life. May they know the truth of their being. May it guide them and support them. And So we're just reminded that we are all connected as expressions of that one divine source. So may we know that, and may we live that. And so it is. Amen.
So good morning. I just would like to say too, if you are planning to be a part of the Metaphysical Bible class, to register for that as well, so I can have enough material available for you. And it should be fun. So this week Monday, I was sitting in my office and I was meditating and asking, what should we be talking about? What can I share with the congregation or people who are watching? And if you saw my office, if you've been in my office, you know how many books are on my shelves in my office. I mean, it's crazy, actually. And I was looking, and this book just kind of jumped out at me. It didn't jump off the shelf, because that would be really weird, right? But it kind of made itself known to me. And it's Deepak Chopra's book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And you might be familiar with this book. It's based on his earlier book called Creating Affluence. He wrote about how we manifest wealth in our lives, and then this was how to manifest success. And of course, those words grab your attention, don't they? When you talk about affluence, when you talk about success, when you talk about those kinds of things, wealth, that sort of grabs our attention, and I want to know how to do that. But he also says in this book that it could be very easily called the 7 spiritual laws of life, how we live our lives. And so that's how I want to approach this today. Reading a little bit from the first part of the book. He says, before defining the laws, let us understand the concept of law. Law is the process by which the unmanifest becomes manifest. It is the process by which the observer becomes the observed. It's the process by which the seer becomes the scenery. It is the process through which the dreamer manifests the dream. And then he talks about the first law of life. I'm going to call them the laws of life, which is the law of pure potentiality. He says the first spiritual law of success is the law of pure potentiality. This law is based on the fact that we are, and in our essential state, pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is pure potentiality. It is the field of all possibilities and infinite creativity. Pure consciousness is our spiritual essence. Being infinite and unbounded, it is also pure joy. Other attributes of consciousness are pure knowledge, infinite silence, perfect balance, invincibility, simplicity, and bliss. This is our essential nature. Our essential nature is one of pure potentiality. When you discover your essential nature and know who you really are, in that knowing itself is the ability to fulfill any dream you have. Because you are the eternal possibility, the immeasurable potential of all that was, is, and will be. The law of pure potentiality could also be the law of unity. I like that. The law of unity. Because underlying the infinite diversity of life is the unity of one all-pervading spirit. There is no separation between you and this field of energy. The field of pure potentiality is your own self. And the more you experience your true nature, the closer you are to the field of pure potentiality.
Brothers, let there's much to be done. We will come reaching out from the comforts, and they will know us by our love. Sisters, we were made for kindness. We can pierce the darkness as He shines through us. We will come reaching with a song of healing, and they will know us by our love. The time is now. Come, church, arise. Love with His hands, see with His eyes. Bind it around you, let it never leave you. And they will know us by our love. Children, you are a hope for justice. Stand firm in the truth. Set your hearts above. You will be reaching long after we're gone, and they will know you by your love. The time is now. Come, church, arise. Love with His hands, see with His eyes. Bind it around you, let it never leave you. And they will know us by our love. And they will know us by our love.
Thank you, Lauren, the amazing Lauren Shealy with us this morning. We're so always glad to have Lauren with us on Sundays. So I want to just take a moment before I start talking about what I plan to talk about, and let's just take a moment and take that in. That we are called to arise as a people. We are called to arise. The song says, "Church, arise." And the church really is the called out ones. The ones who are called to be the Christ in the world. The ones who are called to connect with that pure potentiality. They're the ones who are called to be that in the world. And as the song says, they will know us. They will know you, they will know me, they will know us by our love, by how we express that, how we give that, how we choose to be that in the world. And as we are exploring these laws of success, or these laws of affluence, these laws of life, these laws by which we can live our lives, I invite us to be aware of that, to be mindful of that, that as we learn these laws, as we apply these laws, it's not, yes, it is for us to have our own best life, to create our own dreams and desires and to manifest, as Deepak Chopra talked about, the dreams. But what do we dream? What are we dreaming? Not only for ourselves, but for our world. What are we dreaming for each other? What is the world that we want to dream into being? And it begins with you and me. So just take a moment before I say anything else and just imagine, just take a moment and breathe into the dream of a world that you want to help co-create. The world that you and I are called into expressing and being a part of. A world of peace and love and harmony, a love where everyone's needs, basic needs, are met. A world where we know our oneness, where we live this law of unity with God, with each other, and how that might manifest. Dream into the opportunity that you have individually to bring that forth. And let us dream together about how we, as the church, the called out ones, can help to bring that demonstration into manifestation in the world. Because it is ours, yours and mine, to dream it into being. And so we take our opportunity right now to claim that truth. Claim it is a possibility. If we can see it, we can be it. If we can envision it, we can create it. And so let us together claim that truth, that truly they will know us by who we choose to be, by the love that we show, the love that we give. Just take a breath. So it is. So thank you for that. So Chopra, Dr. Chopra, talks about that pure potentiality that we are, you are, that's your essence, and it's my essence. Eric Butterworth, a great unity minister, author, teacher, said that we are each the self-livingness of life. I love that idea. The self-livingness of life itself. The Buddha said that we are all filled with Buddha nature, ready to be expressed. We just have to awaken to it. Lao Tzu, the great Chinese philosopher, said that we are all in the flow of this one life. All traditions, many traditions talk about the very same thing. They just use different terminology, different ways of expressing it. Marianne Williamson, who I'm sure you know that quote, that famous quote of hers that she wrote in A Return to Love, which was her reflections on A Course in Miracles. She said that we are born, each of us, I'm not going to say the whole thing, but we are all meant to shine. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is in all of us. It's not just in some of us, it's in every one of us. The glory of God that is within us. The Apostle Paul said that it is the mystery that is hidden through the ages, the Christ in you, your hope of glory. It's one of Charles Fillmore's favorite verses from the Bible, I understand. the Christ in you, that light, that true light, the pure potential for all of us. That's what we teach in Unity, that the Christ is the pure potential that is available to all of us, and that our teacher, our way shower, Jesus, realized it, and he was teaching us the very same thing. In fact, Jesus said to us, to his followers, and to all of us, you are the light of the world. Let your light so shine before all people that the truth, the God, the true self might be glorified, might shine forth, so that we might in fact be the evidence of the church in the world, the evidence of the called out ones, right? So we are that. Each of us is that essence, that pure potentiality. I love Natalie's object lesson, so I decided to do an object lesson today. Y'all want to see an object lesson today? I am going to use this little object to represent, and I'm going to see if I can do this because I haven't really practiced it yet. So we shall see. This is a light. And the truth is, the power of God, source, is all around us, right? And we're never not a part of it. We're always plugged into it. We're always plugged in at some level because it's who we are. You are the light of the world. But we have to be willing to turn it on. I hope it works. There it goes. We have to be willing to turn it on, right? It's not supposed to be happening. But see, sometimes that light is dim. And we have the ability to connect at a deeper level and to increase the flow of that life through us. Chopra talks about meditation as a way to do that. There are many other ways to do that, many other ways to increase the intensity of that light that flows through us. Other traditions teach yoga. How many of you do yoga? It's not just an exercise, it's not something to do just to get exercise. If we really look at the truth of the yoga tradition, it's about connecting to the flow and being in the flow and increasing the energy, the awareness of the energy that is flowing through us. Prayer is a way to do that. Sometimes any movement, Tai Chi is another way to do that. It's a different practice from a different tradition. And we teach prayer. Almost every tradition teaches some form of meditation as a way to do that. So we have the power. Did I turn it off? We have the power to increase that. It's kind of like our own little rheostat. We can turn it up. We can turn up the juice within us if we choose to do that. It's always there. It's always available to us. So why aren't we letting that light shine? Dr. Chopra in the book talks about the ego. And the ego, that's a very, we use that term a lot, the ego, to define or to sort of name that aspect of us that we believe we are, the false self. It's the made-up self. That's not who we truly are, but it's who we have come to believe we are. Course in Miracles uses the term ego. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, uses the term adverse ego to describe that aspect of us, this idea of who we are. Chopra says it's because we want approval, that we block the flow of this divine life through us, who we are as we are, because we want approval. We want to be in control. We want some kind of external power. There are lots of ways that we serve this ego self. In Buddhism, it talks about Maya, this energy of mind, this monkey mind kind of idea. Traditional Christianity has a name for it. Traditional Christianity personified it and called it the devil or Satan. That somehow there's this power that's trying to confuse us, trying to get at us, trying to make us do things that in our truth we wouldn't do. Like the devil made me do it. Right? That there's some power that's trying to take control of us. And so you can put it outside of us, but it's not outside of us. It is a part of us, but it's a false part of us. Jesus said, "Let your light shine." Jesus said, "You are the light of the world. Don't hide it under a bushel." Now, why did Jesus use that particular metaphor? Well, in Jesus' day, people lived in houses, not like the houses that we have today, where we have many rooms in our house, and you live in, one family lives in a house. The houses in Jesus' time, especially for the people that Jesus was speaking to, the houses were structures that had rooms where a family would live in a room, another family would live in another room, and the other people would live in this communal house. And sometimes there were people in the house who had the money to buy the oil for the lamp, and some others didn't. So what Jesus was saying to them very literally was, if you have oil for your lamp, light your lamp so that the whole house will have light, not just you. Don't hide your light under a bushel so that you're the only one that has it, but let it shine so that everybody can benefit from the light. Don't hide it. So what is that bushel? Well, I'm going to use this as a little object lesson for the bushel. See, if we have this shining light and we keep it under a basket, it doesn't go very far, does it? It doesn't shine out. So what is this basket? Well, I think this basket represents our false self, our ego. And that begins with this foundation right here. That is a belief. It's a belief that we're separate from that pure potentiality. We're born into this life space in these human bodies, and all of a sudden we believe that we're separate. We believe that we're alone. But the truth is, we're never not connected to God. We're never not connected. And we're never not that pure potentiality. We're never not the true light that enlightens the world. That is who we are, our pure potentiality. But you see, the other stuff gets woven into this basket as well. The idea of not being good enough, not being smart enough, that somehow you are not deserving of love, not deserving of good, for whatever reason. We learn those things from our church, from our school, from our parents, from all sorts of places. We learn that we're not enough, and so that begins to hide that light. But wouldn't it be nice if we could just say, "Oh, I'm done with that. I'm done with it. I don't have that anymore." But I don't think it really works that way. Or it hasn't for me. I think what is important for us to remember is that we can't pretend that this doesn't exist. Because unless we recognize that this exists as a part of our makeup, we can't really unravel it. We all have those things in our lives that we believe limit us, or limiting ideas about ourselves that we've taken on. So we can increase the intensity of our light. We can pray, we can meditate. All of that is good. We can do yoga. We can do all sorts of practices that increase the flow of that light through us, and all of that is great. That's part of what Ken Wilber talks about as waking up. But the other part of that is growing up. And growing up is essential to our expression of the light that we are. And growing up requires, I believe, our willingness to look at our stuff, to look at our shadow, to look at the stuff that makes up this basket that we allow to hide our light. And it's not always easy. It's not always easy for us as individuals to look at our stuff. Sometimes we need help with that, don't we? We need counselors, spiritual directors. We need help with that. And so it's important for us to be willing to look at those and to begin to unwind these. I don't know if I can do this, but to really break these ties that bind us. And begin one by one to unweave those things that make up this basket. Now, somebody's going to have to fix this when I do this, but one by one. And it may take some time, and it may take some effort. And I share this with you for a couple of reasons. One, because I know it's true for us individually. It has been my experience, and believe me, I'm continuing to take this apart piece by piece. Not the basket, my own ego. But I say this to you as well because I think it's also, as we talk about the church shining our light, that it's important for us to recognize that as a community, we have a basket. We have an ego. We have a shadow. And until we are willing as a community to recognize that we have this basket and be willing to do some exploration around what makes up this basket, then we're really not going to be able to let our light shine. Makes sense? So we have to do our work. We have to do our work individually. We have to do our work as a church, as a spiritual community. We have to be willing to come together and investigate for ourselves, where is the stuff, where does it come from? Where does it lie in this community? Is there something in the basket, in the ego of this community that we need to unravel so that we can let our light shine, so that we can be the called out church, so that we can be the ones who are being love in the world. We can be what Jesus said, the light of the world. Let your light so shine before all people that God, source, love is glorified in the world. So I'm encouraging us to be willing to do that and to begin to explore what that might be. I know that's been some work done in this community a while back, but I have a lot of new people in this community. But just like we hold things from our past, from our parents, from our churches, from our schools, that we take these things on energetically. And we allow them to create this block. So do we as a community, an energy field as a community. We take it on. So, I just share that with you today because I feel within this community there is something, that a light that is wanting to shine forth. I feel there's some energy that is sort of keeping it in check somewhat. And I know and I appreciate the women's group that's doing some work together. And I just invite us to look at how we together as a community can go deeper in that. Are we willing? Are we as a community, as Unity Spiritual Center Denver, willing to go deeper with our own work, and our own work in unraveling whatever it is that we may be holding on to, that we really need to release and let go of, for us to really shine. So I want us to begin to explore some of that together. Now I know it's challenging while we're not coming together all together in one space. But I think it's so important work for us to do. Do you agree with me? Yes. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you understand the need for that? And so I want to just invite us into that opportunity. So maybe as you begin to play with that, to recognize that, maybe you have some things that are coming up for you. Some of you have been here a long time. And some of you have a memory about how things have been, and some pain and some loss and some grief and some things that we may be holding on to. So I think it's important for us to be willing to clear that away, to clear some of that energy out of our own energy field, out of the building, out of whatever it is that we're holding on to. So we're going to be looking at some ways to do that, and I'm going to be inviting you into that as well. Talking with the council about how we can do that, and so we together can fully claim our light in the world, so that we can shine our light brightly in the world. Because I do believe that we have a message, a teaching, that can be life-transforming. And I think we have the message that many people are looking for today. Do you agree? So, and then we get to, we don't have to wait until all of this is unraveled, unwoven. That can take a while. But how do we then begin to shine that light, to be that light in the world, to express that more fully and completely, individually and collectively? I think we can practice that now as individuals. We can practice choosing consciously to claim our own light, first of all, and then be willing to see that light in other people. Be willing to walk through your day and see the light, the pure potentiality that is shining forth in everyone you meet. That's just something you can do every day. We can practice gratitude, being grateful for what we experience, living in the sense of gratitude. Gratitude is a very powerful energy for us to be embracing and to, it's a very high vibration energy. And when we're in this sense of gratitude, we're attracting more to be grateful for. So just practicing gratitude is powerful. Practicing random acts of kindness is powerful. And there's a practice that I want to encourage us all to engage in too, and that's the practice of blessing. Now, you don't have to go up to somebody and say, I bless you, I bless you, bless you. They would probably think you're crazy. But you can walk through your day. I mean, you can walk in a store and just mentally share a blessing with someone. And I believe they feel it energetically. Just as if you were walking through a store and you're grumpy and you're criticizing everybody, and I don't, not that I've ever been there, but if you have ever been there, you know, you bring that energy into wherever you are. And everybody is affected by it. But the same thing happens when you're in this energy of gratitude and appreciation, and you choose to be a blessing to everybody you meet. So I'm going to encourage you to practice those things this week. To practice gratitude. To practice seeing the light in each other, especially those in whom you find it most difficult. Choose to see the light. And then practice blessing. Sharing a thought of blessing. And if you're in a space to do it, share a word of blessing to someone. It's very powerful. So, the first law of life is that law of pure potentiality, pure unity, law of unity. Knowing and claiming, recognizing that you are that. You are the light. You are the pure potential. And our opportunity is to claim it, to know it, to allow it to flow through us, and also to be aware of when and what is blocking that. Because it does take our awareness. If I'm not being the light, if I'm not serving the light right now, the question would be, what am I serving? Am I serving a limited idea of myself? Am I serving an old idea of God? Am I serving a judgmental idea about the world? What am I serving if I'm not serving the light that I am? And by serving the light that I am, I serve the world. All right, I think that's all. Okay, so let's take a moment, take a breath. Breathe deeply into the center of your being. Breathe deeply into your heart. And there in your heart, allow yourself to become consciously aware of that light, of the Christ, of the truth of your essence that ever abides right there, awaiting your conscious remembrance of it. And with a simple action of setting an intention, a simple action of breathing into it, you become consciously aware of the light that you are. And as you breathe into it, I invite you to imagine that light growing, expanding. It's expanding your heart, expanding, opening. Until you become the embodiment of that light in your own awareness. and allowing that light to shine out from you, I want you to imagine that light touching every other light in this space. And that light grows, expands, becomes one light that is shining out from this space into the city and the state and the country, through the oceans and the seas and around the globe, touching every heart and mind. Letting that light shine so that the one light, the one truth, God, source, is glorified, is made known in the hearts and minds of all humanity. Seeing the vision, dreaming the dream of a humanity coming together in unity to co-create a world of love and light, a world where we share alike, a world where everyone's needs are met, a world where everyone has enough food and clean water and shelter, a world where we live the energy of love. And we invite into our awareness anything that we might be allowing to block that light from shining forth individually, collectively, not with judgment, but with just awareness. Just with awareness. And invite the willingness to allow that to be released. Claiming your truth, that you are a light. I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Let that light shine.
Shine so bright. You are the light. You are the light. You are the light of the world. You are the light. You are the light. You are the light of the world. And you shine. And you shine.
Take a breath. Say that with me. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Now say it like you mean it. I am the light of the world. And so it is. So thank you. And now is the time when we have the opportunity to share. If you have our app, you can share your offering, your tithe, your blessing, this church with your financial good. You can also leave a gift at the back in the baskets there when you leave. If you're watching online, you see there on your screen some ways for you to share right now, on your mobile app. Mobile device, on your computer. You can also mail those in. And we're so grateful to all of you who continue to support this ministry. So say with me now our offertory blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am thankful. Thank you, Lauren. That was awesome. So again, thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for joining us online today or whenever you happen to be watching the service. We're so glad that you chose to be a part of our service and our community today. So I invite you now to join me as we say our closing prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. As light, I illumine my world. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. As love, I live empathy, understanding, and compassion. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. As power, I co-create a world of love, unity, and equality for all. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. As presence, I stand in truth in every circumstance. Wherever we are, God is. Amen. Now join as we sing our closing song, Love Can Move the World.